I never imagined that meeting a stranger at a bus station would change my life. Every weekend, I used to see her, a young woman with a warm smile, always boarding the same bus. We didn't talk at first, just exchanged polite nods. But over time, we began chatting. One day, curiosity got the better of me, and I asked, "Where do you go every weekend?" "To my parents' home," she said with a bright smile. "Every weekend?" I asked, surprised. "Isn't it exhausting to travel so far so often?" Her answer caught me off guard. "My parents are in their 50s. If I only visit them every 6 months, I'll see them 30 to 60 more times, at best. I want to cherish every moment I have with them while I can." I didn't know what to say. Her words stuck with me long after that conversation. Her perspective on family was something I hadn't thought much about. When she asked where I was going, I replied, "Just to my room. It's where I always go." She didn't judge me, just smiled. We became friends, meeting often at the station, sharing stories and thoughts. One day, she said something that hit closer to home. "Why don't you visit your parents once every 2 months? I'm sure they'd love to see you." That day was particularly rough. I'd had a hectic day at work and was in no mood to hear advice. Frustrated, I snapped, "You're a girl. One day, you'll get married and move far away to live with someone else. That's probably why you're so keen on visiting your parents. But don't think you're the only one who loves your family." Her face fell, and her usual warmth faded. She didn't raise her voice or retaliate. Instead, she said calmly, "You don't realize how much it means to your family when you visit. You're so busy chasing money and spending time elsewhere that you've forgotten the sacrifices your parents made for you. One day, you'll regret it, and I hope it's not too late." Her words pierced through my anger. I watched her step off the bus that day, her disappointment evident. For days after, her words echoed in my mind. She was right. I had been so absorbed in my routine, my work, my so-called freedom, that I hadn't thought about how my parents might feel. That weekend, for the first time in years, I packed a bag and went to visit my parents. They were surprised and overjoyed to see me. Sitting at the dinner table, listening to my mother's laughter and my father's stories, I realized how much I had missed this. I kept visiting regularly after that, and each visit brought me closer to my family. I shared my story with them, the story of a stranger who reminded me of what truly mattered. I never saw her again, but I'll always be grateful to her. She taught me that life isn't just about earning or chasing goals, it's about cherishing the people who've stood by you and made you who you are. To anyone watching this, take a moment to appreciate your family. Call them, visit them, and let them know you care. Don't wait for a stranger at a bus station to remind you.